we have a bunch of people still coming in, but we're going to go ahead and get started and run with what we got now. So, my name is Eric Boone, and I have, I'll give you some background on me. I became injured at 18 years old, which is way too young to get injured at. I earned a degree, and I worked very, very diligently and hard at every company I ever went to. And no matter what company you went to, even with a degree, you're not paid enough. I mean, almost everybody can agree with that. And there's no such thing as job security. The company I was working with or at with my degree, I made them $27,000 in 3 weeks. And out of that $27,000, I only saw $500 of it. 9 months later, the graphic design firm that I was working for filed bankruptcy, and they shut down, and I lost my job, and I lost my 3-story house, and I even had a library up in the 3rd story, and it was getting worked on and getting completed, but I lost my job, and fell into hard times. I lost the house, lost a car, and some other personal things. So it makes you realize that job security just doesn't exist. Other examples of this would be I have a friend who worked for IBM for 34 years, and they let him go right before the full pension. So happens all the time. Somebody worked for PepsiCo for 14 years. Boom, gone. Just because maybe they want to redo their insurance or save costs on insurance. I don't know. But that's the way companies work. That's W-2s. That it's not like how it was 30 years ago. So we're all trying to find ways to make money. And this is the one that's helped me for like 6 years now, maybe longer. And I'm going to run that past anybody, because as long as you have a social security number and you are over 18 and you are of the human species, you can do this. And it's wildly retroactive, exponential. It's volatile. It's kind of like stocks, where it's just passive income. But this one hits pretty quick, depending on how hard you run with it. So I'm going to go through that particular business, but if anybody wants to talk to me about anything else, they're able to do so. They should have my email, my phone number, or anything. After I lost everything, I became ranked 794th in the world as a logo designer. Freelancing, again, wasn't enough money. And my second cousin reached out to me and said, I'm involved in the 12th largest network marketing company in the world. All right, here we go. This is the coolest side thing that I've ever gotten into. Stocks are wonderful, but if you want like action now, this is where it's at. This company. They were the 9th largest direct selling company in North America in 2015. We offer a simple business plan. This is making you an independent associate, a business owner. So you can do tax deductibles, tax write-offs once you accumulate a certain amount of income per month, or rather per year. Off of just a simple business idea, enrolling customers and teach others to do the same. Now, what kind of customers? Services that literally everybody in America uses. Electric, cell phone. Let's start off with electric. Back in 2005 is when this corporation started, and they wanted us all to make money. Excuse me. Started in Texas 2005. Since then, it went to Georgia and has hit all the Northeast. That's where it reached me, was in Pennsylvania. In 2010s, when it hit there, I didn't hear about it until 2011-ish, 2012. You got New York, Delaware, New Jersey, Maryland, Ohio. Ohio and Illinois are actually our newest open markets. So that is a crazy gold mine in the utility industry. And this is no door-to-door stuff. We don't actually do sales. This is friend to friend interaction. This is helping people out, and it's all at your fingertips on your phone. And we'll get to that. So this is nationwide is getting a call. Okay, that's over. Sorry, nationwide, we have the cell phone industry, which is huge because if the energy industry is the third largest industry in the world, and we're doing the highest paid industry in the world as a concept of like sharing it with people. It's like, hey, guess what? You can make this much money if you do this and get all these benefits. Somebody, chances are somebody's going to say, yeah, of course I want to do that. Why wouldn't I do that? It's smart. So in all 50 states, you can handle cell phone bills. So you get paid because they take out mass advertising. Mass advertising is us. So it starts off as Stream headquarters. They have a customer support. They have a back office in case you need them. We have a fully run website, and I'll get to that next. But Stream pays us to essentially, we're lowering electric bills, lowering cell phone bills, including ourselves. And you can do it for your family and your friends, anybody you know. But all you need is a handful of people, but they're just lowering their bills for free. Just a handful, and brings in the revenue, brings in the income. There's not hundreds of millions of dollars spent in mass advertising. So it made a lot of sense. It's like if you cut out mass advertising, that means we're paid hundreds of millions of dollars. So why wouldn't you do this? Yeah, proven success. Hundreds of millions of dollars have already been paid to associates. Top 20 direct selling company, I mentioned earlier, we were 9th largest in 2015. And we have an awesome people that are holding down the headquarters there. And we just have like customer support. If something goes wrong, they take care of it. But let's get started. Okay, don't let this intimidate you. It's $199 to start. The website is optional. You do not have to pay $24.95 for a website. It's free. You have a free website. So it's $199 investment. But with that, you get 2 free sites, and both of which are used to essentially lower utility bills for free for people. And in doing so, there is a profit margin in that, and hence the compensation plan that's about to come after this. So with that $199, keep this in mind. This is a license that is bound to your Social Security number, and that means it is with you for life. All of the income over the years adds up, and it is sellable, transferable, and willable to generations. So the results are going to be different for everybody at different times, but we do already have people in the business who have made $30 million. So it's really achievable. This is how it works. This is the many ways that we get paid. We get paid for lowering bills. And again, you only have to do a handful because it comes to where I'll just go through this. Immediate income is what you get paid right off the bat. Leadership income, you're paid weekly. MEI is monthly earned income. Again, this is all residual. This is completely 100% residual. But I mean, the immediate bonus instead of residual, it's like, here's your bonus, here's your bonus. So you're getting residual that won't go away, and you're getting bonuses left and right. Eventually I'm not saying everybody can. I can't say that. Legal disclaimers. If somebody doesn't do anything at all for their whole life, they won't make any money. But if you like just get started, I mean, right off the bat, and you hit it hard, you can drop your second job, or you can drop your first job. And this has happened several times. This is very consistent. We have doctors with, master's degree or bachelor's in medical science, doctors who are trying to not be doctors anymore because they're actually doing this. Lots of common people just regular Joes, find out I can make money, and we're going to get to this, you earn free utilities. So depending on what state you're in, back on that map, and I'm having this recorded so I can have it sent out. According to that map, that is our current, that's energy deregulation. And if you live in any of those states, you can and will earn free electricity eventually doing this. I mean, you'll have free energy generation for the rest of your life. So that is a consistent income added to the monthly earned income and the weekly income that is coming month after month after month after month, and it exponentially goes. And I will show that as well. I love showing this stuff to people. I couldn't be any happier. Customer Plus, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse or not. I can do this little draw thing here. See this guy right here. This guy, just put a little green check mark there. Customer Plus gets added to your monthly earned income. It's additional monthly earned income by intervals of $200 a month, which is a big deal. So, I mean, you can add 200, 400, 600, 800, 1,000, 1,200, 1,400, 1,600. And there are people that achieve this. There are people that have achieved an extra $4,000 a month off of just lowering bills for free for people, because it's very simple. And in fact, let me give you, here's a pro tip, write this down. Would it be okay if I lowered your bills, your utility bills, for free? I have a license and it would support me and my family. Tom Big Al Schreider says that's a 70% chance. Let's say, yeah, of course. Let's do it. Lower my bills for free. It supports you, supports me. Why not? 7 out of 10 chance. Somebody will say yes. That's that simple. And then we have incentives. Goodness, we had Jason just got he got a Mercedes-Benz SUV. We usually do all black Mercedes-Benzes for the giveaway, either car or SUV. And now we have a blue one. I still like the black, but I'll have to check out the blue to see for sure about that. Moving on, so I gotta plow through this, guys, and crunch some numbers here. How do I? Okay, my window's in the way. I don't know where to put it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. I can see now. All right, so I'm going to go through this whole thing. This is when you first start. And why is that there? Erase. Boom, erase. Okay, check mark should not have been there. All right, so lowering three bills, which I'll annotate here, and not just bills. We're talking cell phones. Let's say you know your aunt or your sister or whatever has like 4 or 5 cell phones. You lower all of those, and boom, that hits you past your 3. You already triggered $200. You've already made your money back, and you do that the same day that you sign up. I don't know why anybody wouldn't. And out of your sister or whoever you hit up to lower cell phone bills for, you also are able to lower electric bill, and do it for your own house. The first $200 bonus, though, out of the 3 points, one of them has to be outside of your household. Only one. So 2 out of the 3 could be your own house. I mean, you could have more than 2 or 3 that comes from your own house. But the point of this is where you're lowering bills and you're trying to earn free utilities for life. And the monthly, wait until you guys see the compensation, all of this together. So 3, 10, 15. You lower a total of 15 cell phones, not cell phone bills, cell phones, electric bills or natural gas bills, depending on the state. Again, cell phones are all 50 states. So it's so simple to know somebody and say, hey, would it be okay if I lowered your bills for free? I have a license. It will help. It will support my family, and it will also help you. It's a win-win mutual thing. Chances are somebody's going to say, of course, yes. And then, it's like, well, I still need more support since I started this business. Do you know anybody else? Or I'm sure you could actually write down a contact list. I know some people that know 350 people. So they just write down 350 people and say, hey, how you been? Holidays were rough. Do you want to make more money or save money? And save money for free. And off of something that everybody has, because there's no inventory in this. I cannot stress that enough. There's zero inventory when you're dealing with utilities. And all of this stacks up. All of this stacks up. Oh, I was wondering why I wasn't going to the next thing. Got it. Okay. Now, while you're lowering bills, chances are somebody's going to say, well, that's smart. I want free utilities and I want to make a lot of money. So, and who wouldn't want that? So let's say 2 more people join up. As part of the very first thing, your immediate income pay, you'll get paid $100 for whenever they get their first 3, what we call customer points, which is just a particular cell phone or an electric bill or a natural gas bill, essentially. So now you have 2 people on your team and they are out doing the same thing. It's very, very simple, guys. Very simple. It's lowering bills for free. And other people will do it and you get paid on all of their stuff for a lifetime to a limited depths across America. And let me tell you that is projected in what they said last year was in the next 5 years that, within 4 years, we're opening up new states every year. We're opening up a new state or 2, and it's a complete gold mine in that state. So if you know anybody in Ohio, Illinois, those are like crazy big. And then because it's ground floor. It's still ground floor in Texas. Texas is where it started 13 years ago. Only 5% of people have been touched in Texas. So this is huge, huge, huge. We're going to Europe and Asia, probably, more than likely, because they already said it was like sneak peek. But imagine utilities being lowered in Europe and Asia, and you collect off of all of that. And, it's just somebody's going to know somebody's going to know somebody's going to know somebody whenever you're just trying to lower bills. So back to the first way you get paid. Whenever you first start, you get your license, bound your Social Security. It's willable 2 generations. Amazing. That's called legacy income. You don't have to worry about it. It's fantastic. So you just add in your will before you die. Good. Kids are happy. Grandkids are happy. Within your first 120 days. This is the first 4 months you start. I hope that anybody can do this right away. You get $1,700. Now, continuing this, that's $1,700 just by lowering 15 total bills, or cell phones don't count as a bill. I mean, if it's 1 cell phone on the bill, then that counts as 1. But if there's 4 on the cell phone bill, it counts as 4 out of the 15. Now, if you lowered 15 electric bills, then you have free electric for life. If you lower 15 cell phone bills, you have free cell phone for life. If you lower 15 natural gas bills, you have natural gas for life. So you're saving, money residually, and you're making money residually. I didn't even get to the residual income yet. That's the biggest part. So looking at the example, you already have $1,700 because just out of lowering bills, 2 people said, well, can I make money too doing this? It's like, yes, of course, unless you're a dog and you don't have a Social Security number and you're not 18. Yeah, that's almost anybody can do this. So this is the same thing, just different pictures of people. I have to annotate so you guys can see. Oh my God, if this stuff isn't worth it. Okay, so you got your 3. That paid back your $199 for just to get your license. That was taken care of. That was easy as pie. I'm going to show you guys how to lower bills too. This is training and at the end here. I'm going to go through it all. 3, 10, 15. You got 2 people and they had 3 already. Well, now by the time they have 4, you're looking at additional. The TCB is called the Team Customer Bonus. And that triggers for your over here. I'll just start with the guy over here on the left. That's whenever he gets to people, this is inevitable. It's gonna happen. You know, it won't happen unless you don't share it and you do absolutely nothing. So that'd be ridiculous. I mean, I'm not afraid to share credit repair stocks or anything like that with anybody. So why wouldn't you share knowledge? Knowledge is the key to everything. But anyway, so you get $100 off of them, and that's a long. I don't know what the word would be, acronym. I don't know. Regional Director Fast Start Bonus Match. You're going to promote to Regional Director by the time your Regional Director is actually, I don't know if you guys can see my cursor or not. Can somebody tell me in the chat if you can see the cursor? Because that would be great. Anyway, you're looking at, I mean, it makes sense. It's going to work on its own. It sells itself. We're not salespeople. It sells itself because everybody wants utilities. All right, I got a message. The cursor is visible. Thank you so much. Thank you. I did not know that. So I just been going, oh my gosh. I can't stop making green check marks. Clear, fire in the hole, and they're gone. There we go. Okay. So in your first 4 months, you can easily, this is the first way you get paid out of 4, actually out of 7 if you were to include the free utilities. That's another 3 ways to get paid because you're reducing utilities. Okay. So now in your first 4 months, guys, this is very, very, very doable. Everybody wants to pay less per month, and you know, in some cases, it's not in all cases, but in many cases, you could just save a little bit of money for somebody. But I have, and I'm not kidding, I've cut bills by 51%. It just depends on the area that they're in and the plans that they're on currently, but it's very simple. We'll get down to that. So there's 3K in your first 4 months are up for grabs for building your team. So once you built that team in its entirety, you not only have you promoted here to regional director, you've actually promoted to managing director. Okay, if you were to achieve that full 3K, I mean, you could just get the 1,200. You could have got a varying amount. Like, who knows how it'll go, depending on your luck, how much time you have. But the average American spends they spend about 6 hours a day on watching television. 6 hours a day watching TV. So cut 1 hour out a day and hit people up. And again, just merely say, would it be okay if I lowered your bills for free? I have a license. It would support me, or it would support my family, something like that. When you say, would it be okay, takes the edge off, because we're not salespeople. We're just trying to help, and also at the same time being 100% transparent and saying, like, you know, will you support me? That'd be great. If you let me lower your stuff for free and help you, it would help me, is basically what we're trying to get across. So we're helping people save money and make money, and that's the basis of this whole thing. And it's nationwide. So why wouldn't anybody get into this? This is leadership pay. This is your pay number 2 out of 7 rather. And every single time in your downline, so you've gotten 2 people and they've gotten 2 people, that's pretty standard procedure. It happens all the time. And again, we have no inventory, so it shouldn't be that hard to build your business. It should not be that hard. And also, you're not alone. You got all kinds. You got me. We got a lot of people. I have a Facebook page pulled up right now. 15,000 people that are already doing this. We don't want it to be too saturated because, well, we just don't want it to be too saturated. We want people to be able to make money. I mean, the goal is to have 1 million thousandaires instead of 1,000 millionaires. But it does work out in the opposite way as well. It just depends on you could just get one person that's an absolute fireball and they can make you rich. 3 people could make you $3 million. One person could make you $1.5 million. And that's the way it can and does work. So back to the way you get paid here. Every single time to unlimited depths, you are paid $25 whenever you have 2 associates who have hit 3 customer points. Managing director is where you have 10 personal customer points as managing director, and then you have 2 regional directors under you, and they have, I'm sorry, you have 2 as a managing director. You have 2 regional directors. It makes sense. You'll see. I don't have the map pulled up. I'm doing this off of memory. But you'll notice that as you rank up, every single time somebody that joins that you do not know, you will not know the person more than likely, but they're going to be getting you paid. That is the true power of multi-level marketing, is you're getting paid for people you never met. So it's kind of like playing the stocks, except just another flow of income. And when you deal with something that literally everybody's going to have electric, gas, and cell phone bills, they're going to have all this until they're, literally until they die. So there's no lack of inventory, there's no lack of target audience. It's very, very, very simple. And again, we're not salespeople. Now let's go to monthly earned income. For this example, this is like somebody that just starts, and if it just stayed that way, okay, you're looking at, you have 5 they call them customers or customer points. You just have 5, and you have 2 associates. So 2 people join the business under you on your website, which is very, very simple to do. I had like 3 people do that in the last like 4 days. I've had 3 people join. So this is going off the basis of just getting 5 customers, which would be unrealistic. Definitely shoot for 15 to get at least a free utility. It'd be ridiculous not to. And only having 2 people. And the chart plays out like this. You only got 2 people, but if those 2 people got 2 people, and then those 2 people got 2 people, and those 2 people got 2 people, and those 2 people got 2 people, it rolls out like this. And only lowering 5 customers. This is a low ball example. You're looking at $445 a month in income, and all you did was get 5 customers and 2 people, and they understand the same concept, because it's a very simple concept, very simple. Now, instead of 5 customers and 2 associates, let's just crank the associates to 4. And still keep only 5 customers. So this is all you did. This is all you did. This is what plays out, because your people want more. Tell me that's not something. You're looking at $11,800, $11,807.50, and this is just a chart. Guys, it's going to work different. You're going to have some people that recruit 400 customers on their own, just one person out of these, and you've only gotten 4. You're going to have one person out of this that'll get you a bunch of customers, and then you'll get like maybe one of these people here, maybe they didn't do anything and they got you nothing. They have gotten you nothing, but that's okay, because there's other people that, believe me, when with the way that things are, people need money. So it would be ridiculous not to. It's a new year now. People are looking for more ways to make money. This is just one of the best ways. So you're taking all these incomes and you're combining it so far. On that last chart, the monthly earned income, if you're one of those people that cannot get too many people to join your business, that's okay. Because to start their own business, that's okay. If you are one of those people that's like, okay, I can get 30 points, that's calling what's that? It's calling like 8 different houses, 8 different friends or family members or something, and they each all of them have like 4 cell phones except for one. That's just with cell phones, because again, that's in all 50 states, so a large target market there. And you lower their cell phone bills with what we have to offer, which is an incredible plan, which hopefully I can go over that too. So you're looking at an extra $200 a month earned income, plus you get a one-time bonus of $500. Now every 15 from there stacks up. So another 15, another 15. This is what I was talking about before, where it adds an extra 200 to your monthly earned income, plus these one-time bonuses of 500. The good news is this is also to unlimited. depths. And yes, we do have people. We just unleashed this part of the compensation plan was just released. I want to say mid last year. And at this point, there is definitely a gentleman who has, if I'm not mistaken, over 340 customer points he's gotten himself. So he's making over 4K added to what we looked at previously. So he's got the 4K added to, oh my goodness, to this. And that's just if you're good at lowering bills. Some people are like that. They crank it out, you know. Okay. And along the way, whenever you hit managing director or higher, which is not too bad, it's not impossible at all. Many people have done this. It's very easy to make it in the top 25% of the company if you just don't give up and you realize that it's more simple than it is complicated, because again, everybody has this stuff. So what is wrong with collecting a profit and helping people? I mean, the whole heart of it is to be selfless, and you're actually helping people, so you do not feel guilty for actually receiving a profit margin of money, of income, by helping people. MEI bonus, monthly earned income bonus. Actually, oh yeah, that's right. It goes up whenever you become a managing director. That's not too unachievable. In fact, the managing directors, if you score that 3K right off the bat, you become managing director. They do send us on vacations, which they call streamcations. And once you hit up an executive director, and whenever somebody's joining in your downline, you know, giving you $250 for every random person that's joining underneath of you, that again you'll never meet, that's executive director status. That's achievable. We just had like 2 or 3 people already hit it since the year began, the new year began. Ignition's a yearly event that we have, and then travel stipend. So that is that's the top 25 money earners. There's plenty there. All right, so that is the compensation plan. Now for the promotions. This is the chart I needed earlier when I was trying to go over this. Managing director is 10 personal customer points. 2 personally sponsored directors, which are just people who have lowered 3 bills or 3 points worth of bills or 3 cell phones. And to have 2 active regional directors, and a regional director is having just 2 directors that also have 5 customer points, and they have, yeah, they're qualified directors. It's a new person who just starts, and they get their first 3 points. Boom, that knocks you up. So that's how you get regional director. So managing director is, here's a numbers, guys. This is how you achieve the ranking. Now, this is some long-term goal. Let me go over a word with you, would be coded team customer points. This is not points that you have to get on your own by any means. In fact, it does not apply at all. This is your people that signed up under you, because it's a smart business. Why wouldn't they? This is their points. This is their points. All of them, all your people underneath you, this is their points, get added up. It's actually in your regional director line and higher. And you get those points. You collect off of all of those, but those you are not personally getting, because you've already, look at this. We're just looking off of 10 points here or 15 points here. I would aim for this, because that gives you the free utilities, free electric with 15 of these, and free cell phone with 15 cell phones. Actual cell phones, not just cell phone bill. But this is what your team makes. That's how you promote. Whenever your team has 60 customer points, you have 15. You have 2 sponsored directors, which are just new, like noobs that just came in, and 2 active managing directors, which is 2 of these, which is not it's not impossible. It's not even, it's actually quite achievable with the business model that this is. Now, I'm not all for the whole ranking system in businesses. In fact, it turns me off a little bit to hear like, oh, I'm this, I'm that. But honestly, this appeals to me more than anything else. Oh, and the dates are incorrect on this. This is passed over for all of this year. So it's easier to rank up to earn more money overall, weekly, monthly earned income. This is still solid, guys. So instead of just 3K in the beginning, all right, whenever you promote to senior director, whenever somebody under you promotes to senior director, they get $2,000, you get $2,000. So you're looking at more than just, so there's all these incomes, guys. There's MEI, monthly earned income, which is basically all the customer points from everybody underneath you, including your own. And then you have MEI plus, if you're really good at gathering a lot of customers on your own, that adds up. But people joining in the business to make their own money, to make their own CEO of themselves, to have their own additional 1099. It's just like stocks. It's a 1099 form once you make a certain amount of money. But this is pulling people away from working jobs, guys. Nurses have quit, and a doctor is trying to not be in the medical field anymore. He wants to get out. I mean, you get sick and tired of doing the same thing. So, we can have 5 to 7 flows of income is what, Elon Musk would probably tell you, or Mark Cuban will say, have at least 5 to 7 flows of income. This one, based on what it is, everybody's got utilities. I mean, your electric and cell phone and natural gas, I mean, that's 3 flows right there. Earning the free utilities for it is essentially a flow. Now, it's variable, but at least you don't have to worry about paying for the bills. So that offers a lot of insight for people as well. This isn't, I mean, as you can tell, it's not like a get rich quick thing. It's kind of like, but at the same time, it's almost like, it's kind of like stocks, where it's like, okay, well, I'm doing this, I just got like 6 people, right? And that's true. So it's like, okay, I just got 6 people. The one guy just did amazing, and the one guy he hit senior director. Okay, so then he gets the 2,000, you get the 2,000. That's great. And then with all of that added up, maybe your MEI is around like, I don't know, 800 a month. To me, that's like, and that could happen. And I mean, it depends, but it could be like, that could be done in 1 month for some people, in 1 month, 3 months even. But it's one of those things where this could be progressively. I mean, it's not just could be, I'm saying could be for you. It actually does happen with other people. So as you promote, lots more money is available. But to be frank, this bonus, it's amazing. But at this point, you're already making so much per month that you don't really have to worry about that anymore. And then you can focus more on beautiful things like staying home and being with your spouse and spending time with the kids, going on vacations and all that. And all you did merely was share something like this. You do not have to do what it is that I'm doing right now, but I like to, because I know that I can do it. There's an easy way. Like, let's say that somebody has multiple cell phone lines, and you want to get them signed up. There is a phone number in which you can call that will take care of that person, and they will even, no joke, they will actually call your prospect or customer's carrier. And let's say that they already have Sprint, or let's say they have Verizon, and they'll talk to Verizon or talk to Sprint and say, hey, we're going to get them our cheaper plan. I need the MEID number, and they'll crank all these numbers, and then they'll ask the person will be like, yeah, well, thank you. That was actually really smooth, and that worked out very well. So it's just a really, really helpful thing. Another tool that we have to use to get our customer points like way up. And now let's do some training. This is amazing to me. I'm lagging. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let's see. All right. So whenever you get in and you're ready to go and you're ready to make more money, I am getting bombed, guys. Like hardcore. And it's coming through my earbuds here. Goodness. Okay. Yeah, Facebook, it's nuts. Nothing on Instagram, just Facebook. Okay. So your new website's going to look similar to this. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. This is your sponsor's home site. So whoever like sent you here, you want to know what their website is, so that you can join it if it's for you, if you like it. Again, $199. There's literally no risk as long as you lower 3 cell phones, which could just come out of one house, like a friend or a neighbor or something, and be like, what are you paying for how much are you paying for your cell phone bill? And they'll tell you, and you say, oh man, well, guess what? Your 4 phone lines, I can get them down to $30 a month, 20 gigabytes on each phone through Sprint 4G LTE. Does that sound cool? For free. And I'll be like, yeah, sign me up. Boom. There you go. 4 people. It can be as simple as that. Get your money back. In enrollment, you will notice that you're not an employee at all. Stream is a corporate, what I would call a corporate back office. Now they have our backs, they have tools, they have customer support. We have like 6 different phone lines. One's for cell phone, like support phone numbers. One's for cell phone, like our wireless and mobile, or cell phone support. One for energy, and one for like associate support. Like let's say that you forgot something, you can call them and ask them and they'll tell you, or your sponsor can tell you, whoever that may be. It'll also let you know that, again, that you own your own business. This is 1099, just like other things, so you can write off taxes. Another beauty of this business is that you can actually deduct gasoline for driving to a meeting. Hold on to the receipt as a tax write-off. Beer, if you met up for somebody for beer, tax write-off. Food, you took somebody out and you got them fries or something, and you know it's considered a meeting with somebody. Boom, tax write-off. All that stuff, tax write-offs, just because you are officially a business owner if you weren't before. Now, for all of my existing associates, you should already know this. I've already told you that, but anybody new, definitely need to know that. You are not an employee by any means. I mean, you kind of represent a corporate structure, and you do represent the company to a certain extent, but we don't really have rules. We don't have clock-in times. We don't have anything like that. You work on your own terms. So if like 1 hour a week does it for you, that's great. That's all you'd ever need. I love the example here. I did not make this, for the record, but somebody wanted to call their website jamesbond.mystream.com. Love it. Love it. But you put your own web handle in here and you create your own password. Apparently it's all X's, so don't choose that one. That's somebody else's. Welcome to stream. Wonderful. All right. Now to get to the nitty-gritty, show you exactly what the website looks like, because that's generalized. I'll show you exactly what a website looks like. And hopefully people are aware that if somebody wants to get off of disability, this is a heck of an option. A lot of people think that once they're hurt or own disability, it could be a mother, it could be an aunt, it could be you know, a friend of yours who got hurt. This can work with disability, because disability only looks at W-2s. If somebody's not working a W-2 regular labor job where you work for someone else, it's basically, it's not tracked until they make the same money. I had to find this. I had to go through like 6 different people to get all this information. 6 different disabled people who are like, well, I need to make more money. It's just not enough money. Of course it's not enough money. It's not enough money to be on Social Security disability pay. Absolutely not. So you want your income to increase through this. whenever that, like for a disabled person, for that, they would have to match their disability pay per month and have to be consistent before their disability pay is taken away. So essentially, if someone is disabled, they can make nearly twice as much money as they did just being on disability, and then their disability goes away, and then their stream income here residually is going to continuously keep coming in and coming in. As long, especially if they're active, they'll come in even more. But the word of mouth gets around. As long as you don't give up and do nothing, you are guaranteed to, I can't say guaranteed because there really is people that do nothing, but there are plenty of people who want this. They want to change, they want lives to change, and they want to capitalize on something that is still ground floor. I mean, Stream has made $9 billion in profit, and they are a debt-free company. This is a smart business model. Very smart business model. Netflix is boasting 20 to 28 billion dollars in debt. Netflix is in debt, guys. I don't know if you heard about the bailout, but they are probably on the edge of bankruptcy. Netflix is not doing good. They started off sending out DVDs, and they probably should have been sending out, I don't know, rip off something to make money, because $28 billion in debt is not a good thing, especially for a movie rental company, and it's all digital now. So we have $0 debt, $9 billion in profits, and it's been based off of helping people. And this is just what it is to this day. This is another one of those exponential things. It's huge. I can't give you an exact number on how many people exactly are in this business. It's constantly changing. But back at the original map where you saw all these states that are in energy deregulation, I will tell you that Warren Buffett, the most successful investor, he said in 2013, he said, energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history. And I believe that he was right, because that is what we got into, and that's why it's working. And in stocks, some friends are going to learn about what to invest in if they do not already. Shout out for sure. So here's to that, because that would be that's a pretty good thing to get into as well. What is this? Yeah, there's plenty of training for people to get started. They explain it. I try to put it into simpleton's terms, but I probably still didn't explain it right for people. So yeah, we already went over this. So I'm going to end the PowerPoint and bring you directly to, you guys should be able to all see this. This is just one of our stream Facebook pages, just a Facebook page, but it's pretty big. I'm trying to look for the amount of people that's in it. I know it's closed group. I thought it was like, goodness, I don't know. But we have tons of tools. We got tons of people that help other people to get into it, to be inspired, and to figure everything out in a better way. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. So yeah, you get tips all the time, tricks. Your sponsors should be able to help you. Third-party credibility is incredible. And let's jump right to a website. So this is an example. Actually, I'm sorry, this is an actual associates page. This is not an example, but this would be an example for you. Your name would appear up here. It'll tell you what rank you were at, and at contact me, I'm not going to click on it, but it will display your phone number and your email. That is for whenever you provide somebody your personalized website address, because you can change the web handle. Actually, you can change the web handle whenever you want. But once you get it set in stone, I would, I have business cards. I hand out business cards, and I actually take for associates that join, independent business owners that get into this and get started. I make a printout of the compensation plan, and people look at the numbers and they're like, "Wow, this is based off of just utilities, lowering bills." It's that simple. Yeah, and then whenever you hand them the compensation printout, they can't say no. And then they have a material, something of physical value instead of just like looking at something like that. You show somebody a printout with the compensation plan that I just went over. But anyway, on your site here, there's this is how easy it is. Let me show you how to get a customer point. This is how simple it is. So you went to your own website, and this is either by phone. You can do it on your phone. Trust me, on your phone is not that hard. It's just as simple, or on a computer. Either way, I've done both. But it starts off by already locating what zip code you're in. Now, it doesn't mean it's exactly where you are. These are all the electric and gas deregulated states. So anybody in any of these states that you should be, in theory, hopefully, able to lower their electric and or natural gas bill. And that would count as points right there. And again, all these states and all 50 states, we do cell phone service, which we'll go over as well. But let's see. I'll use an old address. This is one of my previous homes back in the day. You just click on view rates. So you would ask somebody, for their to like say like, hey, take a picture of your electric bill, or just hand me your electric bill. Just take a picture, send it to me through text message, whatever. They send it to you. You get it. You match up whatever company they have. MedEd is who I had in Pennsylvania, and Pico could have been, but it wasn't. And once you do, this is how easy it is. You look at whatever they have on their electric bill, and this works for your own home. You look at your electric bill, there's always a price to compare. There's always a price to compare. Right now, I've already looked into this because I've already gotten somebody close to this not that long ago, and our rates beat every single rate that was on the Pennsylvania, what's called the PAPowerswitch.com, I believe it's what it's called. Every state's got it, but we try to stay extremely competitive, if not the best, as long as we can. We try to always be the best, so we try to increase the chances of being able to actually help people and actually save them a bunch of money, because there is probably some people around this area who might seem cheap depending on what state you're in. In Texas, it's like 13 cents. Okay, on average. So it depends on what state you're in. But there are actually people who are paying, what I've seen was 13.2 or 13.3 cents in Pennsylvania, where that's literally more than twice as much. So you will run into stuff like that fairly often. So that would be how you get an electric customer. What you want to do is just choose a plan that's good for them. More than likely, it would probably be the cheapest. If it's pretty standard, 12-month fix is standard. That way, this prevents inflation. You guys have to know that the reason why all electric bills went up since like a year and a half ago, the average electric bill was about $89 a month, and it has actually gone up to about $200 a month. And that is because 4 coal mines shut down in Texas, and they were producing 4.2 gigawatts of energy. So it not only affected Texas, but it affected like all states, all of them. So from there, you can continue on to gas. And if they don't have gas, so you go through the checkout. I can't really do this because I can't pick it, but after you go further through this, it's just simple. It asks for their name, whatever. You can get them on the phone, or you can just message them. I've got people through, texting and through Messenger, because they trust you. You're like, I have a license, and start a business, and then they'll say, oh yeah, absolutely, lower my bills. That would be fantastic. I mean, how many people would say no to that? All right, so let's go back and show you how cell phones work. Boom, wireless. Here's our wireless plan, which I don't know for the life of me why it was not in the PowerPoint, but here it is now. Limited talk, text, data. Keep your own phone number and cell phone. We are beginning financing phones. So if you know somebody needs a new phone, do not let them get trapped into one of those 2-year contracts where they go to Sprint or they go to Metro PCS or they go to Cricket or they go to, you get the concept. But whenever you go inside of a store, they are going to rip you to pieces with paperwork. They're going to lock you into a 2-year contract. And you're going to end up actually, let's say you bought an $800 phone, they are going to make you pay probably $1,300 over that 2-year period in interest. So we actually have this ability that is coming out February 1st, the 1st of next month, where you can finance out a unlocked phone, brand new phones, already unlocked. And the financing is 0% interest. So we're, nobody's getting screwed. It's like you just got helped. So again, that's like all of our company is about with this particular flow of income, this particular company. It's amazing. You save money for people everywhere you can. And check this out. If you just have one phone line, $45 a month, 20 gigabytes of data, Sprint 4G LTE, 2 lines is $35 a pop, $32 a pop for 3, $30 a pop for 4 or more. That's how simple cell phones are. Let's try and roll now. The very first thing it asks for, and this is essentially your cell phone's serial number based on the carrier. You will type in what is called an MEID or an IMEI number. I don't think it depends on the phone. It might display both, or both numbers might be the same number. But as you type in whatever it may be, it could be whatever. That could be it. I don't have one for an example right now, but you type in, you hit check, and if it doesn't work, I'll just do this for fun. Oh, master requested format. Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't have one right in front of me, but it'll tell you whether that phone is compatible or not. The phone will always be compatible if it is a CDMA phone, which would be a Verizon phone, a Sprint phone, or any iPhone 6. And it doesn't matter what service provider they have, iPhone 6, 6 Plus, iPhone 8, and an iPhone 8 Plus. Those are pretty much exclusionary to the CDMA format. Basically, we're like Straight Talk from Walmart, except you get Sprint, which is the largest bandwidth cell provider that there is. Largest bandwidth. I mean, they have 200 times more bandwidth than T-Mobile. I'm going to wrap this up, but you'll notice there is significant money to be made in a business, in an industry that everybody pays for. Everybody in America. And we're opening up new states every year. And we're going to eventually go into Europe, and we're going into Asia. And I'm just going to say it. One of us is going to have Harry Potter. He's going to be our customer. And then when somebody, because we're going to Asia, somebody's going to have Jackie Chan's son on our cell phone plan. That's just the way it's going to be. We're like the underdog. We're the people who get rid of monopoly. We take out monopoly. That's what we're doing. We are the underdog that made it. We are the company that made it. I'll go over that again. We're the 12th largest network marketing company in the world. We are the top 20 direct selling. We're in the top 20 direct sellers of North America. And we're A+ on the Better Business Bureau. through customer support. We've been holding, I think it was over 98% feedback, because people are pretty happy when they save money. And the compensation plan speaks for itself. So get in touch with whoever sent you here, and hopefully you guys find this as an easy-ish. It's simple, but some people are not too bright about taking advantage of things like this. So look for smart people whenever you do this. So you saw the flow of income makes sense, really adds up, and I will leave you off with a couple of things. 86% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, and Social Security pay in up to 30 years is going to be an average of $543 a month. $543 a month. Imagine trying to live off that right now. Imagine trying to live off that in 30 years. That means if people do not do extra things, they're not going to make it. Times change, and we have to change and move with it. So get in touch with whoever brought you here. If it was me, get in touch with me. Ask questions. I went over it pretty quick, but by pretty quick, I was joking. I went over pretty long, but I will have it recorded, and I'm going to try to I'm going to put up on YouTube, and that way you can just go through and find the parts where I was talking about, and go from there. And pleasure, guys. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat, or you can email me, whatever. But it's definitely, I would highly advise this. Highly advise this. So everybody, take care, and thanks for showing up. And you should have my email, and most of you have my phone number, and I can go over it with you again. But whenever you sign up, you will have, it will explain exactly what to do, like that you get your license immediately, and then you can start making money immediately. So good stuff. All right, you guys take care. Peace out.